Now, as much as I love podcasting, there are a variety of things I would like to change to make podcasting better. Want to join me? Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. You might have heard me talk about this imaginary thing called the Advancing Podcasting Party. I've called it by a variety of names over the, I guess, a year since I've been thinking about this. Basically, it's the idea that we need to make podcasting better, not just easier. And I call it the Advancing Podcasting Party because we are in the throes of a political cycle once again here in America. Honestly, though, aren't we ever not in a political election cycle? Anyhow, we tend to think about things here in the States and also in the rest of a lot of the other places in the world around these ideas of parties. And we live in a two-party system. And to me, there are two parties in this whole podcasting thing. There are those of us in the advancing podcasting party, those who wish to make podcasting better, not just easier. And then there are those in the, what I call the conventional party. Those who think podcasting is pretty awesome the way it is right now. Look, I'm not here to make a big pitch for the advancing party. Chances are you've heard me talk about this stuff more than once here on this program and blog posts and a variety of places I've been interviewed around. But it's time to do something about it, Evo. It's time to not just talk about this advancing party. It's time to actually do some stuff. Now, the stuff that I want to do requires people who have skills I don't have. Look, I've got some ideas, and I need people to join me, and I have a few people who are already helping me with this, some fellow podcasters who've been around the block for a while, some relatively new. And we're collectively trying to figure out what this advancing podcasting stuff means. I mean, sure, I set the tenets originally of podcasting should be better, not just easier. That means tools and technology should enable it to become better, not just easier, which is often only the case. Tenet number 2 is that there will be new business models that crop up that we need to embrace the existence of these business models, even if they're not for us. More so than what we have today, because listening is going to mean something different. There's different ways to monetize that than just the standard model of, let's run advertising and sponsorships and Patreon, blah, 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 blah. New models come out there, right? So I talked about those originally, but now I'm to the point where I need to put my money, my efforts, the things that need to actually be in place around this one. So I'm asking for help. I'm taking this episode of Podcast Pontifications to ask you, my listener out there, if you want to come join us here in the Advancing Podcasting Party. Anybody can. It's not an exclusive club by any stretch. I don't try and dictate what this club, this group, this cabal does. That's not what I'm here for. I want to get things started. I want to connect people, and I want to bring on kind of a core team to make things happen. And I think I need a couple of different skill sets. I think the advancing party, needs some dedicated people to put some time and energy of their own into this process. So one thing I need somebody with some developer chops. Because listen, the last time I did any serious development, the blink tag hadn't been deprecated. No one's going to get that joke, Evo. You've only said it for, 15 years. But nonetheless, that's the case. Right? I'm not a developer. I can hack things. I'm okay with making templates kind of sort of work. And I got a degree in CIS, but that doesn't mean I'm a developer. I have no idea how this new stuff actually works and plugs together. So I need somebodies with developer chops to come help make some of these ideas a reality. And the second thing I need is somebody with some design skills. Because I am a better developer than I am a designer, and I suck as a developer. But I'm a master at using Canva, but I am a horrible designer. So this advancing party needs developers and it needs designers. So basically, the kind of the full stack is what's needed inside of here, as well as we need thinkers and idea people around this one. Now, I'm not trying to build a gigantic tech company out of this. We're not, nor here's a more important thing. I am not trying to build a podcast hosting company. Look, we have plenty of great podcast hosting companies out there. I'm not trying to rebuild any of that. I do want to plug a few holes that I think the podcasting companies, all of them, all these podcast hosting companies, I don't think all of them do everything. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. I want to fill that hole. I'm also want to take a stab at making metrics actionable and usable. I'm not trying to reinvent the IAB certification and 2.0 stuff. No. IAB is great. That's how we count a download, but I want back more intelligence behind it. We're not seeing a lot of that. Even though I'm a big fan of what a lot of these new companies are doing, I still think we need another layer on top of that. I want to find a way to make sure that our feeds are right all the time, that they're fully optimized, we're taking advantage of the things that are happening quickly. There's a lot that I think that this advancing party, again, centered around the idea of making podcasting better, not just easier. I think we can do a lot if we had a team moving forward on this. I envision, and it's only a vision at this particular time, a whole bunch of lightweight tools that anyone can use. Again, my goal is not to create some gigantic empire that requires me to go out and get $500 million in funding, which is totally possible. And if we need to do something like that because we need a significant raise, I'm happy to do the legwork to do that. But I don't think that's the idea. I think the idea is a series of tools that almost any podcaster can use to help make sure that their podcast is better, that is being ran better, that's serving their audience better, not just easier. That's what I'm looking for. And I think my requirements for this is not, look, I have access to plenty of developers. I have access to plenty of designers. What I don't have access to, or at least not immediately, is there's a missing skill set. I need people with those skill sets. The advancing party needs people with those skill sets who are also deeply committed to podcasting. Deeply committed to podcasting. Not necessarily have been podcasting for 15 years like me, but get it. And also want it to be better. That's the big challenge of doing things like this. I've got plenty of really talented graphics people in my back pocket. I've got plenty of developers on speed dial. But they're either too busy, or more importantly, they're not as interested in podcasting as I am. And I am clearly very interested in podcasting. So if that's you, if you are A, first and foremost, very interested in podcasting, and B, have a skill set you would like to bring to the advancing podcasting party, let's talk. Let's find a way to make that happen. Let's find a way to work together to build a whole suite of things that are going to be awesome. Developers, designers, planners, executors. I need everyone. We need to get together, and so I'm making this the stake in the ground. Today, what is today? June the 14th? 13th? Is the beginning of the Advancing Podcasting Party officially, I guess, even though I've been talking about it for a while. But today it begins. Advancing Podcasting. Get in touch with me, evo@podcastlaunch.pro. That's how you can say, hey, Evo, I want to join the Advancing Podcasting Party. You can tweet to me. I'm Evo Terra on Twitter, and say, hey, Evo, I want to join the Advancing Podcasting Party. Just get in touch. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you do, what you bring to the table. We'll find a way to collaborate and get together and make something happen. Sound good? Think about that. Share it with your friends. If it's not you and you know someone, ooh, she'd be awesome. She's an amazing developer and she's a hardcore podcaster. Give her this information. Send this link to her. Send this audio to her. Have her get in touch with me. I'll give you the weekend to get it done. I hope Monday to come back and report on the progress we have made, the new bodies that are interested. Ooh, I'm excited. Yay, advancing podcasting. I'll be back on Monday with a report and another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers.